20% chances of getting more jobs, 10% of less, sentences in prisons, given more favors than most. But that sounds like it's more interesting compared to what someone you to say they agree gets. But that's the reality. So today we'll talk about what are the advantages and disadvantages of being a beautiful woman. Here I'm with my friend, and she's very tall and pretty. Yeah, as you can all see. So I want to find out what are the things, what are the advantages and disadvantages that she encounters on everyday life because of how she looks, and then we see how it goes. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me to your show.
Yeah. So I do know that you get a lot of messages. Hey, you look pretty, and all that. I don't think. Do you think they all mean it, or some of them have some ill intentions?
Not they don't mean it actually.
Mm.
When it comes to men,
Mm.
it's basically lust. They are lusting over you. You know, like how society overhypes being tall, being brown. So when they get to see you, they just want to be part of your life because they lust over you because of what society has actually taught them. Not because they actually think you're very beautiful, but because they are lusting over you.
Okay, wonderful. So that's very interesting. But how would you know? Like, you mean you have never met anyone whom you didn't think this one is actually meaning it? And tell us, how would you distinguish between those who mean it and those who have lust behind it?
Okay, so now over the time, I feel like I've grown. So everybody that tells me you're beautiful, I usually feel like they want something from me. So it has become very hard to actually know who means it. But maybe if somebody came to you, they're not specifically, objectifying you by telling you you're beautiful, you're this. If they come and their intentions are very clear, they're not telling you they love you in the side, they'll be like, oh, hi, you talk about this. Oh, hi. The other time, when we talked, I felt so comfortable, your spirit was calm, and they exclude the rest of things. You're beautiful, all those things. I feel like I trust them a little bit.
Wow, interesting. I want to ask you some more questions. I mean, have you ever got a job, or have you ever got anything that looks more, or something that is preferable? It can be anything good that you got and you sure this I got it because how I do.
100% pretty privileges actually exist. I'm not going to lie, but character keeps you there. So I've worked maybe on a couple of jobs, but I remember one job that I got. It wasn't really nothing much. Like maybe the guy knew I was smart, or I would change something, but he employed me because I was beautiful. It's over the time when I get to ask him, I'm like, but why did you employ me? Like very many people apply, but for me, you told me, you know what? Can you first manage my social media? I said yes. Then 1, 2, 3, you had offered me a job. So when I asked him, but why? Why was it easy for you to trust me? It was like, I gave it to you because because you're beautiful. So it was really up to you to prove me wrong.
Wonderful. So, and there to you guys, as you can see, someone just easily trusts you because you're pretty. And this is not only her speaking, this is backed by data that people who are pretty in most cases are trusted more than those who are not. So that's first point I'm making from what she has just said. People will tend to trust you more than you sometimes even deserve, and it's up to you to know how we use it. And we're gonna discuss even more if people could say that you're not as pretty. We're gonna go through all that, what she thinks you should do in that case. Okay, let's continue. I mean, in terms of that, when he gave you the job because of how you look, how were you able to, to meet his expectations? What expectation did you find in a place to meet? Because you don't just hire someone for no objective or goal or something. How did you manage to meet there?
Let me tell you, when they first gave me the job for online, we didn't have the line, and then we didn't have the phone. So he bought the phone before he would buy the line for me to manage all those things. But the first 2 months, I really didn't work. Okay, and I did not call him to ask for money because I know girls will like free things and all that, but I would like to say I'm not greedy so much, and then I'm self-aware. So he calls me, he's like, "Hi Alma, how are you?" I'm like, "I'm fine, sir. How are you doing?" And I was like, "It's now 2 months ever since I gave you the job. How come you did not claim for your payment?" So I tell him, "Sir, I like being fair. I don't want to harvest where I didn't sow." Is it like that? Do they say it like that?
Yeah, you can say it like that. It doesn't hurt. Yeah.
Yeah. So he tells me, you did not come looking for the job. I offered you the job. We sat down and discussed about payment, and I told you had already started to work. So either you did something or you did not do something. I owe you the money because I told you I'd give you the money. Maybe that boss was a very good person. He really didn't want anything. So if you're asking me about the problem that comes with that, they are a couple because you have to work to meet their expectation. You don't want to be in a place and then you are only thinking, I was employed because I was beautiful. No, it doesn't work like that. I had to work so much than a normal person.
Is it something imposed on you, or it's you who is trying to redeem yourself out of?
It is me redeeming myself. I don't want him to think, yes, I employed her just because she was beautiful. I want to give more. There's no, I went to university for 4 years and I'm only looked by beauty. No, you have to look beyond the beauty. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll come back to the job later on. I want to tell you something I usually say in town, where you see men when they see a pretty girl like you starting to touch you without your consent. I say that if you have never seen that, that would surprise me, but I see it with Boda Boda guys, moving around and they start touching you. I mean, how does that make you feel? How
I don't want forgive me, but where I've reached, even when I was growing up, I'm not really the type of a girl wants attention from men. I know most of people be saying girls dress like this, smell like this because they want men's attention. Me, I don't want. I do not want. So it's a bit uncomfortable when you move to town and people be pulling you. They be like, "Muzungu, ogamba here, akanonkaria."
To translate to you guys means I can chop this one, Yeah.
The whole time, kanonkaria. Mama wala inenkufuna entake wafe ditunda. You get wala boda ditunda nenkukuma. All those things they're a little bit uncomfortable. But over the time I've discovered a technique. When I go to town, my friend, mera munyivu.
So in other words, there are some sort of levels of sexual harassment you experience.
It does feel like somebody is just going to come and grab you somewhere. They just want to touch on you and they know you're really brown and stuff like that. But over the time, when you actually move when you're mad, I realize I've reduced the pressure a little bit. Like, have you met me in town?
No, I haven't.
In town, I'm like, be like, madam. But I give you.
Wonderful. So I want to make another point that is backed by research, that parents, actually even parents, tend to keep pictures of their most beautiful babies or more handsome babies. And I just know it from data. I have never experienced it, but I want to prove it from her. I want to know where, if you check on the pictures that your parents kept in their in their albums and all that. Honestly.
No, I have like 2 pictures and I was chubby. I was happy. They told me I was such a lovely baby. But unfortunately, I lost my mom when I was 7. And then my dad is not in this country. You have to travel go and see him. So I see him once in a while, really. So I just have those 2 pictures, but they are amazing.
Wow. So you didn't experience it firsthand. Anyway, so I laid it somewhere. I just wanted to prove if it's what you have seen or not. So there is also a second concept of colorism, whereby people tend to prefer light-skinned people, and you are light-skinned, you're almost like a Chinese or an Indian or something. yes, I want to know like what are the visibly or tangible advantages that you have ever experienced, then you could tell this came because I'm light skin.
So sometimes you get men, like we talked about it before, not because they like you, but because you're of that color. So they assume their kids will also have the same color. But if you guys asked me, there's nothing special about brown. You men of Uganda. If I find all of women hanging in the back, you're the reason why women are bleaching lately. Because there's nothing special, honestly, about being brown. But I don't want to talk too much. Maybe if I was born a dark person, I would probably have also thought about bleaching. But me, I was born in it, I've been in it. I feel like there's nothing really special. And also this attention you get from every other man, it's useless.
Useless.
I don't want. Like I don't want to do it for everybody just because I'm brown. I don't want every other man who isn't raised to be a man enough or a father start assuming me I can be the mother of his kids. No, I don't want that. Okay. So there's nothing special about being brown. But I'm speaking for only brown people, but dear, you who are bleaching, but I can tell you honestly, it's not worth it. Like, be yourself, embrace yourself. Don't let the color really.
Wonderful. So, we shall talk about bleaching in a moment. I want to know, come back to the very question I asked. Is there anything you ever noticed really that came to you that this person indeed came to me because they like my skin color?
Did you see why I dodged the question? Because I don't know. I am tall, I'm brown, I'm beautiful. So it's easier for them to get attracted by either of the traits. Me, I do not know.
You don't know which
I don't know which exactly. Maybe somebody came to me because I was taller, I would make up a good model. Maybe another person came to me because of my skin color. Maybe another person came to me because I have a beautiful smile.
Yeah.
So I can't know which is which.
Wow, good thing you talked about colorism. Let's talk about colorism, or bleaching and all that. A lot of people tend to look as Africans and they'll be like, wow, Africa should be the biggest market for bleaching and all that. Did you know that India is the biggest market for bleaching and all that?
Trust me, I had no idea. Those guys are like so beautiful with beautiful hair.
Yes. So, bleaching is what do you feel causes people to bleach? You said that you don't know whether if you were born dark skin you would bleach and all that.
Yeah.
But if you had a friend, I'm very sure even now you have.
I have, and they annoy me every other time they tell me they want to change their skin color. As in, who told you beauty is skin? You're going to have issues. Do you know what it means to actually be brown sometimes? Back then, you're moving, the sun hits you. So the whole hair becomes red, your back becomes red under the sun. You had to buy sunscreen. Sunscreens are not very cheap. Why would you want to bleach, for heaven's sake? To impress another man, he's going to find another brown person and he will leave you. Me, I feel like people shouldn't bleach their skins to be brown. There's nothing. And then also men being attracted to you because you're brown, it's still nothing. There's nothing they are going to bring into your life. Like, pray for one authentic person who will love you for who you are.
I would like to know you personally what you would do if you ever if you got married and you come to discover that someone only married you because of your color skin.
Well,
what would you do?
Hey, I didn't tell you I'm a Christian. So I'm a child of God. Spirit of discernment is right here. God won't let these things happen to me because I've talked to them really. I've told God I want somebody who genuinely wants me for me. Somebody who genuinely wants to be a father. Don't be attracted because of my skin. I want to wake up, maybe I'm burnt and I don't have this skin anymore. You don't see it anymore. Does that mean we are going to divorce? If we ever give birth to kids who are dark, my mother was very black, by the way. If we give birth to kids who are dark, because it's possible to give birth to kids who look like your parents, are you going to divorce me because the kid I gave birth to is black and they don't look like my color? No.
I understand.
Yeah, so that will not happen to me. It will not come closer to me.
Wonderful. Okay, now let's put it on your friend. If your friend ever came to you who has married a man, and then this friend of yours discovered that my man married me because only that I'm light skin. That's the only thing they were after.
No,
What would you tell them to do?
if you're my friend, I'd ask you, are you happy with this man? Does he protect you? Does he take care of you? Is he a good father to your kids? It is okay. It is only normal for a man to be attracted to you when you're brown, but it can never be the only thing. Men are not stupid. Men know exactly what they want. So a man will not marry you only because you're beautiful. Otherwise, all the brown girls would be married. Men marry character. Okay, you have to be able to respect a man, but if you ever discover that he married you because you're brown, because recently I saw a TikTok video of a woman saying the husband amwagala mweru. She was dark. Even the husband is the one who gives her money. Namugamba nze kwagala oli mweru mukwano. Namwa sente to go and buy the bleaching stuff really. So it depends on what your man wants. But I don't think you would be married for all those years and you never notice. Even during dating, you know there are always signs.
Okay, so I want to take a different angle, especially on we've been talking about good things alone. Now I want to tell me like every kind of by the way, I kept for you a surprise. I want you guys to now discover who she is. Let's now unfold the surprise for those who have been patient. I want to know who this Jan is, and we're probably gonna browse TikTok and you'll find what's your name and how would people get to find about you.
My name is Nabea Marriet.
Wow, wonderful. And she's a content creator. She did not tell you about that.
No, I was about to tell them. I was actually about. Am I allowed to advertise what I do on your show?
Yeah, you can. You can tell them. Yeah.
So let me redo the whole introduction. My name is Nabea Marriet. I'm a journalist by profession, is what I studied for. But at the moment, I work with Avolio Industries. What we do specifically, we buy avocado to process oil. So if you're there, you have seen us, you've liked our interview, and you have avocados and you're looking for markets, feel free to reach out.
Wow. I told her to say what she does, and she says she sells her products rather than saying what. Anyway, cool. You understand. So anyway, so this keeps things interesting. Now, we talked about sexual harassment. We talked about bleaching and all that. Now, I want you to tell me, like, beside all the good things that have ever come to you because of how you look, I want you to tell me if there is anything that you can recall, so that probably if there is anyone out there who looks like you can learn from. I mean, anything bad that happens, for sure.
I have to give you many negative things.
Yeah.
I'm waiting. When do I start?
You start from anywhere.
Okay.
Hey, did you know you can automate your entire digital marketing department with a single AI? Yes, you heard me. From creating posts, short videos, posters, ads, to scheduling with a variety of options that never run out. And if you want to amplify, invite creators. That's exactly what you can do with Viral.com. All you have to do is give it your brand DNA, logo, and colors, then let it run autonomously or let it create content and you approve. Visit Viral.com, create an account, link your socials, and go viral on autonomous.
For starters, when it comes to borders, they usually hype their price. Thank God I know how to negotiate. Like you're there, or you're going like in front there, a place you see for 2,000. Then when you have a lengthy conversation, be like, now if you're not omwala omulungi bwotyo olabika bwotyo nkugambe 5,000 zikuleme kale tula mama naenda memutubuzabuza then I'll be like, you want me to look like my problems, my friend? Inabidi tugenda together. So that's one of the problem. Like the Boda people are going to hype prices all the time. Yeah, you have got to be good with negotiations, which I am. So it doesn't really affect me, but then sometimes I wish they were fair. You understand? I wish they didn't overhype it. they should treat me like any other person. And then the whole time you sit, they want to have conversation with you. And then you're wondering, do we get where we are going safe? And then you want to stop them and be like, won't I be rude? But then half the time you be like, sebo. Tugenda je tugenda mkoano. Or you have to put on like earphones to like be different. So that's one of the challenges.
Yes, continue.
Another thing is people see you going to work, coming off for work, because where I work from, I move because I don't want to cross the road. The northern road is really dangerous. So I move. But then half the time, all the neighbors there wait out. Connection, and then you're asking yourself, someone is telling you, I have a cousin, I have a sister. Even me, where I'm coming from, there are cousins, there are sisters that are looking for the job. So I don't know what makes them think the whole time, because you look the way you look, you have jobs to offer. That's not nice. And then some other time you'll be passing someone nakugamba, oh, onyambalira bulungi, ochayinayo kungoye. Okay, so it's a good thing, it's not a bad thing, but then sometimes you wish like those things didn't actually get to happen. You want the third one?
Yeah, one more and then
one more.
Yeah, one more.
You have got to work really hard. Even when people are leaving work earlier, you end up leaving work a little bit late because you have a lot to do. You're not doing it because you're proving them. You are doing it because you want somebody to look beyond you being beautiful. Okay? Because sometimes people look at you and be like, she got the job because she was beautiful. And then you behind of your back. So
do you feel that some people feel jealous?
A lot. Oh my goodness. I'm having issues here, there. Yet my spirit is very free. Me, I don't have time, but I usually have a lot of issues with people, especially the people you can get to work with, especially if they are your age. You know, because you work hard, the boss kind of trusts you with so many things. You understand? They want to send somebody out of a country, it is you they are sending because they trust you. They want to send somebody in a village, it is you they are sending because they trust you. But where did the trust come from? It went beyond being beautiful to working hard, to proving yourself. You are worth a try.
So we were talking about the fact that they send you more over and over, and then I was trying to explain how people tend to have or tend to buy from people they prefer. You understand? Probably a man who wouldn't sell you avocados now comes and sells them to you because they want to get acquaintance. You understand? So maybe the bosses sometimes also want to take advantage of your beauty and they want to play a long game.
Also, how you speak to people matters. When you're beautiful, it has to be, your mind has to be sharp. That is one thing. Other than that, men will get you pregnant and leave you there to suffer. Then the second thing, you must be good in negotiations, which I am. Then over the time, I've mastered, what are they called? The character, is it human what? Like relationship. I have read about human relations. I've learned how to treat different kinds of people. So it would be wrong also for him to think it's only beauty. He sends me there because he knows I can speak with people. Like there was that sometimes I was talking to him. We were talking actually. So he cracks a joke with one of the suppliers. I was like, Marriet, even if you send her to Dubai, she will deliver. That meant something to me. You know, Dubai is dry. And then by the time the boss says, if I send her to Dubai to get avocados for me, I have no doubt she'll deliver.
That's a trust you.
But that didn't actually just come. That came from really working hard.
Wonderful. So now I have had someone tell me in a conversation, I was in a conversation and he said that beautiful women tend to be rude, and they were trying to theorize the reason behind that is that probably they are trying to balance with these uncalled for attention. They have probably trusted so many, and then they got to realize these people are just trying to take advantage of me, and then they tend to become rude to everyone because they don't know who is who. You understand? And then we even talk about the reason why sometimes, and it's not sometimes, you can tell they are very, very pretty women who really are single in their late years. And I'm trying to understand, if you get more attention, you should it should be easy to choose, but it seems harder to choose.
It is very hard to choose, actually. And then when a man sees you and they really have the best interest, they be like, no, I would really like you, but you have so much attention. Like, it becomes an insecurity in terms of a man's end. Yes, they want you, but they feel like they are competing over you with very many people. So half the time, also, you don't say that we become lose my friend. Speak for other people. For me, if you don't speak for me,
of course,
yeah.
I'm not speaking for you.
Because over the time, I have also realized access to me is a privilege. Now that I'm grown, I'm looking forward to like getting married. So I don't entertain. Like back then, 2 years ago, if you had met me, you're beautiful. It's not like I did not know I was beautiful. I was, but I would entertain you a little bit. Nowadays, I don't entertain at all. Access to me is a privilege. I'm not for everybody. I know the kind of a man I want.
Confirm that it's not a privilege because you're pretty. It's because of the value, isn't it?
Yes, because of the value. So over the time, I have attached to the beauty with the values and principles. But that's something you need to sit down and understand for yourself. No one will tell it to you. Yeah, so you get to a point, you be like, oh, I'm beautiful. Of course, you know you're beautiful, but then there's that time that comes, you be like, I'm beautiful, my mental capacity is okay, I'm working on my body. So you realize entertaining any man into your space, you're wasting time.
Wonderful, wonderful. So now, can you tell me what could be the reason why people say, I don't know, that people who are beautiful tend to take longer to get married? Why is that?
Yeah, well, if I'm speaking for other people, from what I've seen, beautiful girls have audacity. Okay, then they have a tendency of having expensive taste, and they don't want to work. That's why when you go to the bar, you're going to find so many beautiful girls, and then they are just there. I'm beautiful. You understand? That is where the problem comes in from. If you just wake up and you be like, I'm beautiful, you're going to lack values. You're going to lack principles. So you are going to go with whoever comes your way, as long as akwecho chukumi. But then there's a type of beautiful girls really who are willing, who have value, they have principles, and they are willing to work for their own things. So I would like you to, differentiate.
A few of them.
Yeah, a few of them. They are there.
Okay, so
and then sometimes they feel like being beautiful is really a thing, which is a thing because you have privileges compared to other girls. But the problem is you holding on to that I'm beautiful. That's the reason men are going to use you, a Boda person, if he can afford chukumi. I'm not saying Boda people are not people, don't get me wrong. A government person is going to come, a fisherman is going to come, as long as vakuwako e chukumi. So one thing I can say, beautiful girls have gotten to a point, they have separated themselves from values just because they're beautiful.
Okay, so now I want you to tell me, given that you would just said, I want you to tell people or people who don't know, if you happen to be perceived beautiful and you're getting more attention than needed, what would be your framework to filter out the bad and good seats?
That is very hard to tell. It's very hard, depends on the person and the values they hold. Other than that, it's hard.
Can I give a suggestion and tell me what is false or not? Okay, so let's assume I was a woman. This is what I would do. I don't know whether I would look ugly or beautiful. I don't know. But if I was a woman,
you would look ugly.
I would look ugly.
No, you would look really okay.
Okay, cool. So if I was a woman, these are the things I would do. I would ask a man, because this is based on what are my values and what I would ask them, what is your vision? So what is your vision? Where are you going? That's the first question. 2, how are you going to reach there? 3, how do I fit in your life? You understand? So once you cannot properly answer those questions, if someone says, okay, my vision is to build an NGO that, has 4,000 of kids, ask them how specifically you want to achieve that. If you have, then show me what are those steps have you taken so far. Show me the current step you have taken to achieve that. That would be my framework.
That would be you having value. That would be you looking beyond beauty. That would be you looking at tomorrow. And that's something different that is there today because of social media, more especially Instagram and Snap. Girls, we edit our pictures, we post and we look amazing. So where does that leave the rest of us? You feel like you're not making it in life. You feel like you're not going anywhere. So you realize our sight is so close. I don't care about your vision. I don't care about tomorrow. All I care about, what are you giving me now? Your drive doesn't concern me. It's what are you putting on the table now? But if you're a woman and you existed and you happen to be existing right now, maybe it would have been easier for you to also identify a man. But I also want you to know there are books that are written why men love bitches. Sometimes you're forced to be a bitch even if you don't want to, because you have to be playing on psychology and manipulating a man. So the era we are in, it's a little bit trickier. But if you have values and principles, you hold on to them, pray about them, then
wonderful.
luck finds you.
And a second thing I would do, I don't know whether it's wrong or false, is that I would actually, although I get a significant amount of attention, I would try to give as many people chances. Hold on. By that I mean, I need to only reject what I know. You understand? Because sometimes you may look at someone and probably they are from their farm. If you're this kind of person who judge because of someone's looks, you understand, you need to hear what you have to tell me. If it is nonsense, then I can block you. You understand? But to me, it wouldn't make sense to reject a man or even anyone who comes to me without knowing their intentions. Because some people have clean intentions and others who have ill intentions.
You don't reject them immediately. You're going to listen to them.
Yeah, exactly.
If you sat down and listened to anybody, the first few minutes, they are able for you to know.
Exactly.
They're
So in other words, you agree with me, also give them a chance to air out what they want.
No, half the time, no. Like if somebody texts me, hi, how are you? I reply, hi, how can I help you?
Exactly.
As any articulated man told me, oh, hi, I am Jessie. I got your number from ABCD. I would like this. I would love my inbox to be like that. I don't want you to come into my inbox and like, hey, hi, cool. Have some respect.
I agree with you. Even there is no one who can just say hi to people and
they say, yeah, you ask me. Someone is supposed to will just text you hi. You have never met them. The contact is not in any group. And then you're asking them, how can I help you? I'm a good man. Give me a chance. You're like, are you okay? You cannot even articulate yourself. You cannot talk about yourself. Me, when I go to somebody's inbox, I'm like, hello, this is Marriet. I'm texting because of ABCD. Are you available
and
or what?
How would a man who would introduce themselves come to the inbox to say their aim is to date? It's not to do business with you.
I am a straight up person. Don't beat around the bush. Come to my inbox, respectful. Hi, Marriet. My name is Brian. I got your number from ABCD. I was wondering, can we continue conversing? I like you. Can we continue talking? I swear I will stick. I promise. But not me just asking you, who are you? Where did you get the number from? What do you want?
It doesn't matter.
I don't want.
You seem to be intelligent because most people don't do that, because if you say, how may I help you? You have given someone a chance. So now they should go to the point. I got this current from this and that's valuable. And in fact, to your content creation, I would like you to give people such kind of tips. How would you? Because I should. The next time I'm going to watch your TikTok, guys, you had her name. Go follow her. So I mean, I want to watch out for you teaching people such kind of tips. Now I want to close this show with a simple closing remarks on how to take advantage of your beauty. You understand? You're beautiful, and you have the beauty. It's an asset. It's a soft asset. It's not hard asset. You can't take it on the market, but it's just like wisdom. It's like intellect. How would you now utilize your beauty as a very powerful asset to really make the best out of it?
Thank you so much for bringing this question. First and foremost, I want you girls to know who you are, know what you bring to the table. Okay, your beauty, if you give birth to another child, your husband will have an amazing kid. That's a reason for you to not over entertain. Have values and principles. Pretty privileges are there. Beauty is going to open doors for you. Character is going to keep you there. For example, there's a girl I used to work with. Maybe she was honestly beautiful. But me, I did not like her for one thing: disrespect. You don't have to disrespect a cleaner, don't disrespect a dishwasher. Everybody is important. Okay, just because you're beautiful doesn't give you a right to underlook other people. Have humility. Okay, have values and principles, and know who you are. Also, work so hard on yourself, your mental capacity, so that when you talk to somebody, when you sit on a business meeting, on a board, you say something out, and the people around there, they look at you, be like, oh, I thought you're only beautiful, but you have a bit of sense. So that's what I would say.
Wonderful, wonderful. There you go, viewers. And if you have stuck around, I'm very sure you have learned a thing or two. I would just add one more thing on what she said to what how we would take, if I was a girl, how would we take advantage of my beauty. I would definitely give a chance, and then, like as she said, if someone asked you, the first thing would not underlook someone, because blessing comes through people, and so is curses. Definitely, there is nothing that ever comes to you unless it comes through people. So just like you try a business to know whether it will work or not, that's how you do for every person who comes to you. Ask them, how may I help you? And if they're murmuring, they're talking nonsense, then you know someone to block. You understand? But denying people chances or what, it's not going to open any door. It will close more than it opens. Those are my what? Is it true or not?
100% true. Favor works with humility. If you need to be favored in any door, humility comes before favor.
If you have to take one thing away, favor comes with humility. Thank you so much.